welcome to the off-season podcast extravaganza. Here we are, the first one. These are the knowledge podcasts, folks. These are the ones you want to listen to if you want to know who's on what team, what they're going to do, and how to maybe get yourself into that championship. That's what we're here to do. So we're here to talk about. That's what it is. And we're just like last year. We're starting off in the AFC, and we are starting off with the AFC West. I think it's only right that we probably start with the defending two-time Super Bowl champions, the your own Kansas City Chiefs. Can't get through a Super Bowl parade without shots fired, but they can win them. So that's what it is.
They can win them. Bang bang.
And I think we should. I think we should do that. So I mean, off the rip. I mean, with the Kansas City Chiefs, I think the big notable addition to the team is the couple of speedy wide receivers that the NFL kind of inexplicably let them sign through the draft and through free agency because, they didn't get enough of Tyreek Hill burning everybody for however many years. So we're going to run it back with Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, which will be fun for corners.
It's weird that he's got two of them now, right?
He's got two, dude.
Yeah. That's not even counting the rugby guy that probably won't do anything, but it's got some hype around him.
He will be running back kicks, which I'm very excited for the new kicking format. If you're not aware of that, the NFL's got a new kick format. The defenders on the kick cannot run down the field until the ball has been fielded. So that is going to open up some wild opportunities for kickoff returns. The NFL thought it was getting too boring. If they kick it in play, even kicks into the end zone are going to be opportunities now because they got 30 yards at least set up blocks and to get out of the end zone and try to make an attempt to run it back. So that's going to be very interesting. Literally why they signed that guy, because that's a rugby rule, right? That's how rugby is. You kick the ball. Once the opposite team catches it on a kickoff, then the opposing team can run down and try to defend them.
So, is it arena football that they're kind of mirroring a little bit in the league that kind of has similar rules as well besides rugby?
Yeah. I mean, it's originally a rugby thing, right? Because they were there before arena football, but I think arena does that as well. Yeah. Simply probably because arena's got a shorter field, I would imagine, is why they went that route. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you got Patty Mahomes. I don't necessarily think. I mean, he's, to me right now, I don't know what you guys think of him, where he should go, where he should be drafted. But to me, he's a borderline top 5, but on the bottom end of the 5 because of no legs. You know what I mean? So I think there's far more advantageous quarterbacks to draft. Obviously, when you're getting Patty Mahomes, I mean, you're getting one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Still get through a lot of touchdowns.
It's wild to watch that transition of the rookie quarterback that you want on your fantasy team with all those running numbers. And you remember what it was like to have Patrick Mahomes like year 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're talking first round draft pick on a quarterback and everyone going, well, I wouldn't do it, but I don't disagree with it. And he hasn't gotten any less athletic at all.
No. He's not gotten worse at all.
But the fantasy numbers indicate like, all right, well now he's more towards that middle section.
Yeah.
While he's
let me throw out a hypothetical. All right, 3 players I'll name. You gotta fuck, you gotta marry, you gotta kill.
Can we do it a different way?
I mean, I've already said it, but if you'd like to frame it in a different way, that's okay too. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud.
Well, I'm not gonna bang any of them, so we'll say go on a date with. How about?
I'm a.
Who you buying? Who you selling?
Lamar Jackson.
And who you keeping?
You know that dude bangs.
There you go. Sell, buy, sell, keep. That's
put them in order. Jesus Christ. 1, 2, and 3. Would you rather have?
Shit. I mean, okay. I'd put them in order. Lamar Jackson.
That's your 1?
It's my 1.
Who's your 2?
CJ Stroud.
Damn, you got CJ ahead of Patty too. Okay.
Which is stupid. But
I think it's the same, but flip the last 2. I got Lamar 1. I'd probably rather have Mahomes because he's done it more than once, and then Stroud.
But look at the weapons in Houston all of a sudden.
My heart is telling me to agree with
No.
Cody. My mind is telling me that I would flip Stroud and Mahomes. That's how I feel about it.
Those
But
two are
I think
very
Lamar's
close.
top. Yeah.
But Lamar's
Okay, Cody, one more just for Cody. Patrick Mahomes or Anthony Richardson?
Anthony Richardson.
Really?
Are you?
I don't think I would
Listen, I know that he got hurt. Well, see here. Okay, well, here's the thing. If I'm drafting Anthony Richardson in the same situation last year, I'm taking somebody who's going to probably be right outside that top 12 quarterback because there's an injury possibility. And he did get injured. And he missed a lot of time. But did you see what he was doing when he wasn't? And do you think his game's going to change at all? Because he looks like that's what he does.
But here's a question for you. Do you know where his ADP is? Because it ain't what it was last year.
No, what is
drafts?
Well, it's got to be way higher because he showed
ADP is 51 overall on the fantasy
QB6.
So last year it seemed easy to do because I could do that way late, and I thought I was getting a steal, and when he was on the field, it felt like that. But
hopefully he's got a coach
now
this year because it was kind of like Joe Burrow the first year or two, where it's like, hey man, if you ain't got to take those hits, don't take those hits. So hopefully he's learned that lesson because I do remember him playing very aggressive.
It did seem like he was trying to prove that he was every bit of a star athlete amongst NFL players. Like everyone thought, yeah, sure, he's athletic in college, but he's not going to be in the NFL. And he went out, and it seemed like he was putting on a show to be like, oh, no, I'm still bigger and stronger and
that was a
than all
show.
of these people.
It was a show. And I've seen videos of that man throwing in
we're in Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, we're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes.
I love it.
No,
we got one team in, and we're like, what do you think?
We got 4 teams, man. There's time. This is what people came for.
That's so I mean, let's pull it back to the Mahomes realm, I guess, huh?
It's all good. I mean, Mahomes, to me, if you want to take Mahomes at the end of the 4th, 5th round, it's a little rich for my blood, but I wouldn't laugh at you for doing that. It's Patty Mahomes. That's where I think it should go.
Historically, somebody in our league wants to take Kelsey and Mahomes together as a package, and I wouldn't recommend that. If you took a tight end in your first 3 picks, I'm probably not taking Patrick Mahomes in my 4th.
Here, let's just skip the running backs and wide receivers on Kansas City for a second, since we just brought up Kelsey, and talk about him for a second, because another year older. We saw him finally break down a little bit last year, albeit still phenomenal. Okay.
Well, we saw him sandbagging. That's what we saw, because you saw the playoffs, and he was every bit as amazing as ever in the playoffs. And I think he's going to sandbag again.
Well, that's a red flag then, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so the thing is right now in drafts, he's not the tight end 1 right now. You want to know who the tight end 1 is? Sammy Ballgame. Sammy Ballgame is the tight end 1.
Samsonite Laporta.
Special place in Cody's heart. He's going to be gunning for him, and you know it.
But I mean, everyone's going to be gunning for him. He's the number 1.
Would you take him? Would you take him in the middle of the 2nd?
We're talking about Travis Kelce or Sam?
I'm talking about. Well, let's go Travis, because I don't want to get off the rails again.
There we go.
The tight end pool is deeper now. I am a little agnostic. And not necessarily as hyped up around taking and having to get one of the top 3 tight ends this year. There's more guys now. You had a few guys break out last year. You had David Njoku show that he can be a top flight tight end. And he's going around tight end 10, which I think is crazy. He's going behind Jake Ferguson, which I think is crazy.
You know, you bring up a really interesting point, because now that we're hitting up a second flex position, there might be enough tight end depth finally to see a second tight end on occasion. Not like as a mainstay, but on occasion we might.
If you found your way into having a Kyle Pitts and Travis Kelce on your team, I could see put him in the flex. Something like that. That'd be doable.
Especially when bye weeks start rolling around.
Yeah, it's possible. Still don't think it's advised, just because
it's going to be a rare thing anyway.
Yeah, but it's possible that you can.
We're not talking about drafting them. We're talking about like you end up with them, because there's a lot of weird moving parts in the season.
I don't think I'm going to have Kelce on my team unless he absolutely falls to me, because where I see his value this year, really, with the other guys that are available in the early rounds, is I think realistically he should go 3rd, 4th round. That's what I think.
I think so too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do.
Not even early 3rd.
In the 4th. I'm feeling squeamish in the 4th round about Travis Kelce right now.
There's so many other guys that I want there.
Yeah,
I would feel comfortable taking him in the 4th. I think I would.
If I
I
got
think
two stud wide receivers and a running back, I'd consider it. Yeah. What were you going to say, Jake?
just that. If he's the best available and it comes around to me on that, probably not blinking twice, but I'm not super excited about it. Not
I
pumping
think-
my fist when I put the sticker on the board.
Yeah.
I think that having any star player sandbag in the middle of the season is a huge risk to take to be successful. And with them doing that and being successful and winning a championship and doing all the things how they figured you draw them up, I see so much superstar Travis Kelce power being left on the sidelines for our entire fantasy season.
This maybe I kind of agree with you, and one of the reasons I do, and maybe this is bullshit, it's the Taylor
Because I'm
Swift
smart
thing.
and you like me.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But also Taylor Swift, like the man has made it. His podcast that he puts, you know what I mean? He's got other things pulling him in other directions as star athletes do towards the end of their career. And I wonder about his focus when he's already won as much as he has.
I think they want to run it back. I don't question his focus entirely. I see the point. And to make the counterpoint to what you guys are saying, to play devil's advocate, you could say with those two burners on the outside and not as much of a reliance on him as they had last year when Rashee Rice was still finding his own in the NFL before he really broke out, is that everybody was keying in on him. I don't know that you can do that this year, or Hollywood's going to burn you every single play.
That's a good
Xavier
point.
Worthy, you know what I mean? The middle of the field should be more open.
Maybe
But that's
the
kinda one of those
sandbag and
things
Kelce days are more a result of not having other weapons. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
And I don't know that you game plan for that, though. That may be something that comes mid-season
Okay.
once those receivers have actually established that they can do it.
Interesting.
I think when you saw Hollywood Brown healthy last year, he still showed in several games that he can do it. He's
Where
just
does
got to stay
Hollywood
on the
Brown
field.
go?
Well, that brings us right into wide receivers, right? So, I mean, Hollywood Brown to me is an excellent choice for your wide receiver 3 on your team. I don't see him as a reliable 2 just because injury concern. And
you don't see him as a 2 in that offense?
I don't, man. I think there's other mouths to feed. I think they like to run the ball, okay? And I think he hasn't proved to me in recent years that he can stay on the field.
Okay.
And
ADP
he's got a young
has Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown almost back to back as like end of the 7th round picks.
Wild.
Yeah, they're the same guy. It's just one has proven it already, and the other one is rookie year.
Crazy to me. I think Hollywood Brown is going to have a resurgence career year unless Xavier Worthy is like day one X receiver. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't think he was drafted like that. I think he fell because people didn't think he could do it all. Of course, you don't have to do it all when you're that fast. But I don't know. I don't know. I think Hollywood Brown's going to have a great year. I would be taking Hollywood Brown in the 5th round.
Then you're probably going to get him because I don't. I got other guys that I think there's other guys that do what he can do on other teams that I feel safer about the injury risk. And, I'm not as worried about the other players around him on the team. Because the other thing is, after about week 4, because, the NFL's only given Rashee Rice 4 games. They don't give a shit. They might not give him that. They might get 3 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think 4 games is probably accurate.
Yeah. So Rashee Rice comes back. He's already got the connection with Patty Mahomes. So Hollywood's got the offseason. He's obviously a veteran. He knows how to build a connection with the quarterback. Everything else, he's been on several teams. He knows how to do it. The thing is, he's only got 4 games to build that. If you see him come out and lay some duds or whatever, Rashee Rice comes back, he's easily the wide receiver 3, if not 4, on that team.
And the Chiefs, outside of the outlier of Tyreek Hill, have had a track record the last 5 or 6 years of young wide receivers stinking it up.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that message that my headphones played?
Yeah. We didn't hear the message, but but you definitely silenced out during that moment.
Yeah, nice. That's funny. My headphones might die. We might have to switch up mid-podcast, but try to charge them. It is what it is. Might be able to just speak on my my computer if you guys can hear me. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about Hollywood Brown. I think Xavier Worthy is an interesting rookie. again with him, he's going to be my fourth wide receiver probably. He's not going to be a guy that I want to rely on. I want to see him do it. I think he could be a special talent. Could be a guy that could blow up and win you a week. He could be a guy that's getting 3 targets a game. You know
He's a
what I
lottery
mean?
pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
A guy that never leaves your bench.
yeah, very possibly. But then again,
But it's hard to take a lottery pick. It's hard to consider him a lottery pick if you take him in the 4th or the 5th. If you're 6th, 7th, or 8th, then it starts to feel a little different.
Yeah,
for me,
it's true. But we're talking Hollywood Brown in the 5th. Like I'm not talking Worthy.
No, I hear you, but I'm saying like Hollywood Brown's ADP right now is towards the end of the 7th in a 12-man league, which would feel like more of a better lottery pick for me if you can get him there.
Yeah.
I'd be so shocked. I'd be so shocked if he was there.
I think you're more liable to have to see a guy like a Keon Coleman or like a Ricky Pearsall or some guys like that fall because there's still a decent chance that Debo gets traded. You
think so?
It's possible. And if that happens, Ricky Pearsall is going to be a guy you got to have your eyes on because he'll be in that offense. He'll be involved. But we're getting off topic there. I mean, I think the only other guy left really is to talk about Pacheco, who I think is a great He's a great running back. He's a great running back. I know. He's a great running back. I'm just saying what I said. He's a great running back if you try to go heavy wide receiver in the first 3-4 rounds. If you're going those skill positions, Pacheco could get you running back 1 production. Is he going to be at the high end of that? No, but I think he could be RB10. Which is about where
he's an RB1 potentially. He's kind of on the border, isn't he? I would put him probably more in the middle of the 2nd round, but with some good upside.
I like Pacheco a lot. I traded him away in Dynasty because I need wide receiver depth. Didn't want to do it. I love the way that guy runs. I love the determination. He's going to get the Chris Carson effect here in about a year or two because he's going to break himself the way he runs. But when guys like that are running like that, Chris Carson used to be a guy you wanted on your team when he was in the midst of that. So
Andy Reid loves guys like that too.
Fast.
Yeah, well, it's just the NFL, man, and he's not even near as big as Chris Carson was. You know what I mean? So can he even sustain it as long? And he played like that in college too. Took a lot of hits in college too.
I'm selling Pacheco. It is fun to watch him, like as a fan, but I'm not a fan of the Chiefs. And I feel like if he was on my fantasy team, I would just be waiting for that other shoe to fall because it's coming.
If I got forced into drafting Pacheco, he'd be on my trading block before week 1.
Interesting point.
I mean, I like Pacheco, but I think he's your RB 10 through 12 off the board, and I wouldn't take him higher than that because I mean, if you rank him RB 10, 11, which technically I think he's RB 11, right in the rankings. I mean, are you going to take him over Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry's RB 9 right now, which I think is absurd. But with
Pacheco, Pacheco or Rachaad White.
Pacheco all day, 100%.
Yeah, Rachaad White's like 15, right?
Well, Rachaad White's got a higher ADP than Pacheco right now by 3 spots.
That's insane.
I don't know, man.
It did seem odd to me too. So I threw it out there.
Man. You got a way better offense in Kansas City than what you got in Tampa Bay. So I don't.
Hey now, not a place for Baker Mayfield hate.
I love me some Baker.
I'm just saying, like, easy.
I will not accept an argument that Tampa Bay's got a better offense than Kansas City. You're out of your mind.
No one's trying to make that argument, but like there's a little spice that you put on it, and I was like, listen, just
not a chance in hell they're even close. But anyway,
so we're all picking the Chiefs to win the division if we're picking.
I mean, I think so, right? Like,
they're the defending champions.
I know, because even when they seem like, was it last year or the year before?
Patrick Mahomes is quarterbacking.
There was that one window, either last season or the season before, where Mahomes looked flustered and he was whining week to week, was it? And then by week 7 or 8, it was completely in their past and they moved on. So, like, even when you sleep on them, you can't sleep on them.
Came out with the flu, threw 4 interceptions against the Raiders. Everybody's like, they're done. They're not going to make the playoffs. And then Chris Jones is like, hey, hold my beer. Watch this, boys. That's why you paid me all that money.
He's really good.
One note barely worth mentioning, only for Cody's response, is that if Mahomes goes down, the Chiefs brought in a backup, Carson Wentz.
Nice.
Good.
Could
The
see
new-
some fantasy relevance in the middle of the season. Stepping into those kind of weapons and that kind of system
You
with
know,
that kind of coach.
If you brought in a guy who had no name whatsoever, everybody would cringe less when Patrick Mahomes got injured. There has never been anyone who has been more documented on taking a extremely talented team and then underserving them like Carson Wentz.
Did Wentz go one or did Goff go one? I can't remember which one went before the other.
Goff.
Goff went one.
Goff was one. Yeah.
Wentz was two.
Okay.
And Carson Wentz has been on a team that's won a Super Bowl, and he was having an MVP type season before he got hurt. So
yeah, and he won thanks to his backup.
That injury changed him. We all know it did.
Of course, yeah, he got scared. Started seeing ghosts.
He's terrible now. Do you remember him in Indy?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of the Carson Wentz.
Terrible.
No, we're talking about the Chiefs. No, we didn't even deviate. This is perfect.
The legend of the Red Rifle lives on in Kansas City, folks. Okay, he's the heir to the Red Rifle throne. All right,
the second coming of the Red Rifle. Is that what you're saying?
Red Rifle 2.0.
That does a disservice to the actual Red Rifle.
Yeah, but Red Rifle had a good run.
Yeah, he was a good quarterback.
Carson Wentz had a good run too.
Dalton's run was like 5 years, at least, where he was pretty damn good.
Never played at an MVP level though, like Carson Wentz did for that 1 year.
Carson Wentz didn't play at an MVP level. He does not have any MVPs.
He did, but anyway,
he doesn't.
He doesn't, but he did play at it. Anyway, he doesn't. Back. All right,
and then
whatever.
He won the Super Bowl without him, which is why it never mattered.
Red lights going off. Like we just scored a goal in hockey. Let's move on to the next.
Who do you guys think comes in second place in this division? Who's the number 2 in the AFC?
We gotta go LA because Jim Harbaugh's there.
Because the other 2 are trash, right? On top of it,
garbage.
A little bit,
absolute garbage.
A little bit, definitely with Denver, and I don't think LA. I'm sorry, I don't think Las Vegas is trash.
I think Vegas comes in last.
I don't think Vegas improved at all in the offseason.
They lost Josh Jacobs. Then they lose they got a rookie quarterback, right?
They got Gardner.
Oh, they drafted a tight end. That's right. But anyway, we'll get to the Chargers first.
Chargers first. Jim Harbaugh is going to turn them into winners. The only light that we have of a non-10-year Chiefs dynasty exists in LA now, and its name is Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers.
I love the way that he used the draft to put some building block pieces on that team.
He's like, we're going to be here a while, get big dudes.
Yep. Loved it. Absolutely loved what they did.
Left tackle. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. I can't hear you.
Way better than I thought it would.
Second. We're going to do this off computer audio. We'll cut this part out. So
no, we won't. God, no, we won't.
No, we will.
No, we won't.
Personally, I can guarantee
Patrick is not going to edit anything.
Last season.
What?
This is the behind the scenes that is in front of the scenes.
Yeah. Everyone's going to see it because, again, he's not going to edit this.
God damn it.
Tell us a joke.
Charge your headphones, folks. It's the never-ending intrigue of this podcast.
Episode 1.
Come up prepared. That's our
I gotta figure out.
That's our commissioner, everybody.
Options.
Garbage.
You know what? I'm just gonna go get another set of headphones. That's the solution.
It's a great idea. Yeah, no, we'll be here the whole time. Man.
Pause. That first headset's pretty cool.
That first headset's pretty cool.
What you really want,
Just
though.
wait till you get that
second headset.
Jesus.
At least we all get to stare at his wall for a minute.
Yeah.
Is that a balloon in the corner?
It looks like a sheet.
Hanging from the wall?
No, I don't think we're seeing a wall here, man. I think
I heard that pillow was a backrest.
I think things moved. I think we're all out of whack right now.
All right, pretend that is the wall.
Then it's a curtain.
A bed curtain?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like he's got like four corner big
posts,
fucking bed.
Like
yeah, what are those? Yeah, what's that called?
I don't know. I call them bed posts.
What's that called? Yeah. So like tall bed posts, and you have like the fucking tapestry hanging like between them. What if Patrick, our commissioner, slept in one of those?
I think he does because look at the way he's getting into it. We'll ask him. This is good content.
I don't know. I think we should leave it to ourselves.
All
He
right,
watches.
we're in.
We're in.
We're in,
Okay.
boys.
Okay. And
All
like
right.
Flynn.
All right. So yeah, tried to be cool and go wireless. Didn't work out. Got to remember to charge them,
Okay.
boys.
And we're back.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh drafting big, sweaty dudes. All
Not
right.
only did they draft a big sweaty dude, but they brought in 2 Baltimore Ravens running backs to the same lineup.
And they're both going to get hurt. Kimani Vidal is going to have a breakout rookie season. Let's go, baby.
You think
Drafted
so?
him in Dynasty. Drafted him in Dynasty, so we're pulling for the guy.
Yeah, but what's the
You-
wide
you pulled
receivers
for
going to
injuries
look
already?
like with no Mike Williams
Goddamn
and no
right I am.
Keenan Allen? It's going to be a completely different offense because we all know that Eckler's washed.
Eckler is washed.
Get your lad. Eckler is not in LA anymore. He's in Washington.
Still washed.
He's nice little like we did there. He's washed in Washington. Nice work, sir. That's the type of content people come here for.
It is.
Now, anyway, so to be clear, the running back situation is Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins now, and they drafted a rookie, Kimani Vidal. That's going to be their 3 running backs. You still got a few other guys roaming around, but I bet that's the 1, 2, and 3 out there. The wide receiver situation. Now, don't shoot me. I think
Don't tell me what to do.
you could take a flyer this year, and it would be a wild thing. You get him at the end of the draft. Quentin Johnston is going to have an opportunity to do it again. He's big. He's talented. He has the draft capital. They're going to put him out there. If that man can figure out,
Before
I
I know
don't-
how much I hate
I
this,
don't,
I want to know.
think that's crazy. I
I
don't
want
think
to know
that's
where you
crazy at
drafted
all.
him before I decide if that's
Whole
crazy
new
or not.
offense,
I
whole
like
new coaching staff.
Lost the number 1 and number 2 wide receiver on the team, sure, but the guy couldn't catch a ball. So where are you taking him?
Hey, you know who else couldn't catch a ball his rookie year? Devontae Adams. Look what he did.
saying,
Yeah,
you know
okay,
what,
that's
honestly-
cherry picking at its finest. Now, please
Listen,
answer my
what-
question.
when you start getting into lottery pick zones, we're talking what
10.
8 through the end.
Yeah.
You know, 8's a little high, but like if you got a solid team, like you can start taking some chances. I don't think it's crazy to see his name anywhere after the 8th round. I'm talking 9 and down.
QJ is going to be a target when we get up there close to double
Yeah.
digits. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's gonna get another chance. They're gonna, in fact, they might be like, you know what? Hey, let that one go, dog. We're gonna act like you were good the whole time because we don't have anybody else.
What's
that's
going to
fine.
happen is he's their big body wide receiver,
Mhm.
and then it's going to be Josh Palmer's going to get the first crack at the slot guy, most likely. And then when they play 2 wide, it's most likely going to be QJ and Palmer. And then if McConkey proves he's got something, because he was a first or second round pick, wasn't he? Second round pick,
Who?
I think, maybe. Lad
McConkey, I think.
McConkey
I don't
Second.
know.
out of Georgia. White guy, Wes Welker vibes.
Second.
He might be the slot guy in wide receiver, 3 wide receiver sets out there, actually. And you'll see Palmer and QJ playing on the outside.
Second
Right.
pick of the second round, by the way.
Yeah. So high draft capital. And I mean, that's as close as it gets almost to being a first round pick. So
You're
But-
not wrong.
So I could see Quinn being a lottery pick, but can we agree that he should only be viewed as that?
Yeah.
he's the 3rd wide receiver off the board among those 3. McConkey and Palmer are going before him. And I view Palmer as the one on the team. He's the most proven one that has
For sure.
produced for them. So he'll
Who's
be
Palmer
whoever
go?
take first.
Let's Palmer go.
Palmer's 6th, 7th round, I think. Maybe, you know, when the receivers start drying up.
His ADP is wide receiver 62. Quentin Johnson is wide receiver 65.
So later than that, they're going to go much later than that.
That's, yeah, my math is like, that's about the end of the, what is that? 7th, 8th round, at least? It was earlier than I thought, actually.
Mm.
Sorry for the
Nope,
close
that's
up,
not
I
true.
guess.
That's like round 14 or 15.
Yeah. So I mean,
Come on,
then-
numbers guy. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Jalen.
come on, dude.
I could have
Anyway.
made him up. You guys wouldn't even know.
Come on, dude.
So
It's the end of the 37th round, approximately.
when everybody else has been shot or arrested, that's when you draft Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson,
As
folks.
soon as Thanos snaps his finger, he's a wide
Yeah.
receiver 12.
Yeah, exactly. No, man. I mean, I'm not that interested in the wide receiver options out there, but you still have an elite quarterback and an improved offensive line. He's going to throw the ball to somebody. Somebody's going to be a wide receiver too. That's going to go late in the draft, like with the volume and the way, like they're going to change that offense, right? They're going to run the ball more. Clearly, that's the way they're building it. But you don't.
But I mean,
run
what
the
do you
ball nonstop when you got Justin Herbert slinging it? Like, it's
do you
just
think
not what you
Justin
do.
Herbert and Josh Harbaugh are gonna make like a prolific offense?
You mean Jim Harbaugh?
I'm
Does he
sorry.
have a third brother, Josh, that we don't know
You-
about?
Josh.
Younger brother, assistant coach. See the offensive coordinator out there?
I didn't
Yeah,
even
you
hear
know.
you say it.
You
That's
know.
fucking great.
God.
Yeah, but keep in mind all these changes. They were 5-12 last year.
Yeah, but you saw the worst coach in the NFL's history.
I hear you.
like,
I'm not
doing
disagreeing, but my argument is that switching all these bodies doesn't necessarily in itself take you from being 5-12 to being good. You know what I
I
mean?
hear you. I hear you. I guess I believe in their future more than I believe in their now, but that
agree with
future
that.
does excite me.
I gotcha.
I mean, what I'm most excited about in that offense is, I mean, not a whole lot, honestly. And they're like, really, I don't think they have a lot. Justin
What I'm
Herbert.
really excited about.
There's nothing, dude.
I mean, I was searching for it. And I got nothing. I mean, seriously, I think I also think they drafted Jerry Rice's son out there, Brendan Rice.
Mhm.
He's also in the mix out there. I don't think he's going to see the field a lot unless he just, far out kicks his draft capital in the first
Yeah.
year. But
What was it, 6th round?
yeah, late round. It was where his dad went also, if you guys remember back to the but
yeah, when we called first round draft pick Jerry Rice a 6th rounder.
Hey,
I remember when you did that.
It was a 7th rounder.
That's
But
what it was.
anyway, anyhow,
I think so. If I remember right.
Yeah, it looks like he went
Yeah.
5th overall.
might as well been Mr. Irrelevant, guys. But anyway, nice. He's still got the notes. We love it. I mean, and it's exemplified with where Justin Herbert's going. Justin Herbert is the 16th quarterback off the board. I mean,
which
a
is
fall
nonsense.
from grace.
Nonsense.
Crazy.
Whoever gets him, if it pans out like that, the whole league's gonna go, man, that's a good thing.
I think it's about right, honestly. I think it's about where he should go. They're going to run the ball more. He doesn't have the weapons. He's a great quarterback. Sure, I get it. He had weapons last year, and he didn't really live up to what he drafted.
I just can't handle any numbers that Brandon Staley had anything to do with. So, like, every time you guys say that, I'm like, yeah, but he's gone.
Since I'm the man of the hypotheticals today, Justin Herbert or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Justin Herbert.
No. Wrong.
Said it.
It's the wrong choice, but that's fine.
No, well, that's too bad.
So anyhow, Brock Purdy is in an offense where all he's got to do is not be completely inept. Brock Purdy, I hope I said that, needs to not be completely inept, and he's going to throw 2 touchdowns a game on average and 200 yards. That's an easy 16 points right there. Boom, done. Justin Herbert has a much higher amount of incompetence around him to overcome. You know what I mean? Than what Purdy's got out there in San Fran.
I'll give you the Purdy over Herbert, but I'm seeing another person ahead of him in ADP named Kyler Murray, and that does not sit well with me.
Yeah, he's got Marvin Harrison.
Going Kyler Murray all day too because of the legs and because of Marv.
Because of the legs. He's so fast.
We disagree on that one.
Yeah. I mean,
I will not have Herbert on my team this year. Etched in stone, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so I mean, what we should really talk about, other than the wide receivers and where Herbert's going and all that, I don't think they have anybody really relevant at tight end. When you talk about who do you draft of them running backs? Do you want any of them? I mean, they're not even top 30 guys. None of them are going in the top 30 picks.
That's one that I'm paying a lot of attention to training camp on. And I'm watching to see if there's any people that maybe gain some steam. Because as of right now, it's such a coin flip for me. I'm not touching either one.
I'm not drafting JK. If I'm drafting one of them, it's going to be Gus Edwards. And honestly, I'm probably trying to take Kimani Vidal in like the last round of the draft because that's who I think is going to be the starting running back by about week 6.
Yeah,
the other two are going to be hurt.
but it has to be a lottery pick because you can't waste draft capital on it.
Yeah, of course.
I think I feel the same way you do, honestly. Like I think it's going to be a futures game at running back there, and it's just going to be disappointing for maybe months at a time.
I mean, they've already showed their hand. It's clearly going to be a committee. I mean, without a doubt. You know what I mean? That's why they brought them both in. That's why they drafted another guy. Like, he doesn't want to give somebody...
If they're not putting up great numbers, I know there was injuries, but if they're not putting up great numbers on what was considered the best running offense in the league, I'm not more optimistic about them now.
I mean, I think their offensive line got much better, and you got to remember, all-pro center, okay? Best left tackle in the draft.
Their center's gone.
Oh, he left?
Okay. They brought in the other guy, but I just saw on this note, give me a second, that they swapped out. They lost Corey Linsley. He's no longer their center.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And where's Corey Linsley at?
That's one of the best centers.
He retired due to a medical condition.
Beans.
Oh, wow. That sucks for them.
Damn.
Did not see that. Okay, well, I still think you're going to have an improved offensive line there, just by nature of the fact that you got Joe Alt, who is, got Joe Thomas vibes written all over him to me.
Yeah, he looks like
he was the first lineman drafted.
Really good for 15 years.
Number 5 overall, I believe, 5th or 6th.
I think so. Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So that's honestly LA to me. I'm not really that interested in any of their pieces. I don't think that any of them should be high draft picks. I think they're going to be depth pieces, all of them. And if you want to ruin your draft, you can take Justin Herbert. But that's how I feel, So, should we move on to who we think the third place team is going to be? I personally think it's going to be Denver, personally, because of their defense alone.
I do not. I think you got that backwards, but I'm outvoted here, so to Denver.
Okay. I think that Denver has more star power on their defense, and that puts them slightly ahead of the Raiders. And I think you have a lot of youth on the offensive ball for the Raiders, offensive side of the ball, that is not going to lead them to winning games this year. I think they're putting the building blocks in place to maybe be great in the future. I don't think they're going to be good this year. That's why I think Denver is slightly ahead of them, because they're going to have a better defense, not necessarily because they're going to have a better offense.
It's true. For me, it's a crapshoot because they're both hot garbage. And the Broncos are still feeling the Russell Wilson trade. They will be for a couple more years. So
idiots.
If they finish the bottom, I'm not going to go.
God, they bit the bag so bad with Russell Wilson.
Not as bad as Cleveland, but close.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm not a big Bo Nix fan either. I think he maybe can fit into. There's people that have made the comparison between him and Drew Brees, only for the sake that he's going to be playing for Sean Payton. And maybe like the game manager. He's not the 6'5" pocket presence that can dominate from the pocket, but I just don't believe in him. I don't think they got anybody.
Next quarterback
don't
for the future.
Either.
It's on my dynasty squad. Let's ride, baby.
They brought in Zach Wilson too, so maybe there'll be a QB competition for the first year.
Let's ride, Bo Nix, baby. Come on now, run it back the way it should have been when Russell. Let's ride. We love it. I don't think Bo Nix is going to be good either. Don't draft him. Would be a terrible choice on your part. If he's good, pick him up off the waivers.
If he stinks, you're going to have to listen to them. It's going to be like the Jets all over again. Maybe you start Bo Nix, you start Zach Wilson.
There's a chance that Zach Wilson is going to start the season. They're going to compete. There's a chance. Be wild to take him, Bo Nix, in the first round,
and that is all you need to know about Bo Nix.
Exactly. It's not a good sign if you have to bring in a bum to provide a fire for your hopefully future of your franchise.
The ultimate.
He is a bum.
Zach
we all know it now, right?
Zach Wilson's a bum.
Sam Darnold had a better career so far than Zach Wilson.
Another quarterback that we'll talk about later that might be a starter to start the year in Minnesota. But
might be. If they don't,
All right,
if they don't get the
so what are we
passion out of
actually talking about in Denver then?
There's a three-way. I'm seeing on here. Wait, there's a three-way quarterback competition. It's Bo Nix, it's Zach Wilson, and it's Jarrett Stidham.
Stidham doesn't have a chance. It's a two-way battle. That's coach.
And you guys are saying to me that quarterback room is going to beat Gardner Minshew?
Yeah.
Wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's
Really?
crazy to me.
You just like
That's
Gardner because of his
insane.
lifestyle, and while I love it as well, he's not got what it takes.
His
to be a starting
lifestyle
quarterback.
is the reason that I'm picking the Raiders.
Because he's exciting. He's a character.
Lifestyle.
You like his character.
Unbelievable.
Hold on a minute. In Cody's defense, Gardner Minshew had the Colts about 30 seconds away from the playoffs last year. After everything that happened to that team, how bad the defense was, he had them about 30 seconds and a dropped pass that he put on the money away from the
but he also had Jonathan Taylor and Pittman and stuff like that. Things that he's not going to have there.
It's Devontae Adams and Zamir White. I mean, I don't
give a shit about Zamir White.
Devontae
Boy, you
Adams
know about
is far
Devontae
better
Adams.
than anybody he had.
Okay.
Fucking believable.
So anyway, the thing we need to talk about.
Let's talk about Denver. Yeah, they're gonna get third.
Hey,
you guys.
Hey, relax. So Javonte Williams, where does he go? That's the question. Really.
In the trash.
In the garbage bin, folks. No,
what do you think his ADP is right now?
He's around running. I know where he is because I've been drafting, but he's
RB24.
Yeah.
Borderline RB2, maybe.
Not for me.
No.
I'm interested.
Is he flex consideration for you?
Not
starting flex, I mean.
No. No, he's a bench piece for me.
He should be around running back 30 to me is where he should go. Like, could bounce into running back 2 status on any given week, but because rookie quarterback and ineptitude of offense around him, they're not going to be in a scoring position. He's not going to get a lot of touchdowns because of that. That's what
Javonte Williams or Najee Harris.
I'd rather have Najee this year because
I'd rather have Najee.
Okay. We got Arthur Smith running the offense out there. We all know what Arthur Smith does. Okay. Lose games with an incredibly talented amount of people around him.
Lose games.
You know what I'm excited about?
Arthur
Chiefs.
You don't know what Arthur Smith's about. Losing games.
Fuck that guy, dude. Worst coach in modern NFL history. I mean, he's up there with Matt Gase, dude. He's fucking terrible. Like, for real. He's so bad. I don't know how he falls into a job.
Did you say Matt Gates?
Coaches.
Yeah, Matt Gates. He said Matt Gates.
He said Matt Gates. Matt Gase. Okay? The one who drafted Zach Wilson. Remember that?
Matt Gase. Yeah, he was a weird dude.
Yeah, weird. Had the team turn against him immediately. Terrible guy.
Not a good dude.
No. Anyhow.
Wouldn't we hate Brandon Staley this bad either? Because I want to put his name in how awful.
Because Brandon Staley is just a bad coach. He's not a bad guy. Okay, his players like him.
Oh, so these people we're condemning them as humans. Got it.
Yeah,
my bad.
Exactly.
I didn't. Okay. No, let me get back on that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So back on the Broncos thing real quick. No Judy. Where do you got Cortland Sutton? Think he does anything?
Wide receiver 3. Like wide receiver 3 in terms of like not fantasy. 3 overall.
Yeah.
Wide receiver 3 in terms of like, he's like in the 30s somewhere. That's what I think.
Okay. That's generous. His ADP's got, I know these will all change, so you hear me say ADP a lot, but 46. Wide receiver 46.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to take him, so I don't really care.
He's one on the depth chart, isn't he? Or is there somebody I'm missing?
He's the one.
They drafted, but they're not going to score him.
We should talk about Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin a little bit because those are the other 2 guys. They drafted Troy Franklin out of Oregon. Bo Nix's teammates, so the chemistry's already there. Threw him a lot of touchdowns last year.
Okay.
Do I think he's going to do anything in the NFL? No. Okay, maybe he'll flash a little bit and give us hope for next year, but not this year. That's what I think. Okay. We should mention too that with Javonte's injury history, and what Jaleel McLaughlin, Sarah McLaughlin's long lost brother, could potentially be as a running back depth piece lottery pick in the late rounds. The man is fast. He was talented. We've seen no draft capital running back come out of nowhere in Denver before and have success. A la what's his face? Can't recall his name, but had a fun time there for a little bit. Can you guys remember what his name is? No, doesn't
For the
matter.
Broncos?
Yeah, remember that dude, little guy, little speedster, was like the darling for 1 year.
Philip Lindsay.
Philip Lindsay. You know, seen it happen in Denver before. You know, maybe McLaughlin does one of those.
Maybe
Yeah,
he does.
So,
If
Maybe he
he
has a
does,
good
we'll be
record,
talking
too.
about it retrospectively after we all
Yeah.
miss it.
Yeah.
maybe he'll come out with a hit single or two. You know, we'll see. Anyway, so I have to. Come on, it's right there. But
I
think
will
that's about it.
remember you.
Right? I mean, come on, dude. It's perfect.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, right? It's
pretty
a
good.
deep cut. If you know, you know.
I mean, it's not that deep.
It's deep. Hey,
Medium deep.
Sam,
Deep.
Sam deep and thoughtful right now. Come on.
All right. So, any other notes on the Broncos?
No, get the fuck out of Denver. They
Get out
suck.
of here. Let's get over to the Raiders and let's wrap this bitch up. Because honestly, other than the Chiefs, not a very fun division to talk about. So
no. Raiders get rid of Jimmy G and Josh Jacobs. Draft a tight end in the first round. Like
that was a weird one.
Yeah, it's stupid. What
that
are we
was
doing?
a weird one.
You
I
took
didn't
Michael
like that.
Mayer last year. You already had a young, talented.
I don't like it.
It's like not smart. And so
I'm surprised that Pierce is still the head coach. I thought they were going to write him into the end of the season and then move on to somebody else. But he had just enough of a hype around him, I think.
I mean, he had him playing good. He was coaching well.
It seemed like them. Yeah, they were playing hard. But I don't know if they were playing that well.
They screwed up the whole draft, though. They needed a quarterback, and they let them all
screw
go
up
by.
the whole draft.
Like, what are you doing?
They did screw up the draft.
Yeah, like the whole thing was to get a quarterback.
It wasn't strong. Yeah, it wasn't strong.
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know about the draft.
But the thing there, I mean, obviously, the most sexy piece on the offense is Devontae Adams, right? I think Gardner can get him the ball. I think Gardner's going to be the quarterback.
He's going to be the only one, unless Brock does something. The starting running back in Vegas is Alexander Madison.
No, it's going to be Zamir White.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Zamir White's going to RB like 26. And I think Zamir White could be, if you find yourself in the position that I found myself in last year, where I took all the wide receivers and all them and then went Lamar, Mark Andrews, and all that.
You got Madison.
Yeah, I got Madison. So the Madison of this year, who I don't hate as much because I actually think he is talented to some degree, is Zamir White.
Interesting.
Yeah. And because I think Zamir White can catch the ball, which Madison clearly could not do, and fumbled away and dropped a million touchdown passes. And then I somehow convinced some bonehead to take him off my team. So that was amazing. But anyway, I would have literally like a lifeless Weekend at Bernie's corpse rather than Alexander Madison on my team. So, I mean, I would draft Adrian Peterson and leave him on my bench rather than draft Alexander Madison. That is the level of my hate for that man.
It was deep.
Anyway, that's right, man. You understand? It's vendetta against Madison. But I think Zamir White can have some value because he's going to need to in that offense.
Because he's going to need to. That's not a very strong argument.
He's going to get the ball. They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to throw the ball to somebody. You only got Devontae and Bowers, okay?
I hear you. All I'm hearing is that they're one-dimensional.
Yeah, which means they're going to have a lot of dump-offs to running back. We play in a half PPR league. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to flirt with RB 23, 24 status on any given week. I truly believe that. That's what I think.
Okay.
He's going to be a guy that you can throw in there and pick up 10 to 12 points a week.
And I won't disagree with that. I think that Pierce is going to be one of those player coaches that coaches his team under the ground. I think the Raiders are going to be flat.
You
And
don't
he's
believe
impossible
in
to
that
match up.
man at all, huh?
I want to because I'm a defensive guy, and he brings some hype to it. I like him. I just don't think he's going to do well.
I don't.
Why?
I just said it. I think he's defensive minded. I don't think he has what it takes to have a running back list squad led by either Aiden O'Connell, or Gardner Minshew to do anything for him. I think they're going to have the first 5 weeks, depending on who they play, they might struggle to get double digits in points for him.
Who did they play the first 5 weeks?
Let's find out.
While you're doing that,
I just can't believe you picking them to lose to Denver in that division. That's wild.
Really? I mean, Vegas agrees with it by a margin as well.
We picked it exactly like Vegas picked it. The 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's what it's going to be, I think. But it's pretty clear to me. But
I want to put some money on the Raiders to not finish 4th in their division. That's what I want to do. Someone will take that bet.
Yeah, you can give me that money, and I'll go make that bet for you by driving 20 miles south if you want.
I'll be back in Vegas.
Let's see. Start the season.
Like
Chargers on the road. Ravens on the road. Panthers at home. Browns at home. Broncos on the road.
So 2 and 3 at best if they beat the Broncos.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to beat.
We're going to get to see how that division shapes up pretty quick in the season.
Yeah.
They're going to implode immediately. They might be 0-5. They could lose every single one of those games.
They're going to implode immediately.
I mean, they're losing the first two.
Who does Denver play first 5 weeks? I know one of them.
Yeah, they play LA. I always want to say Oakland. LA,
Seahawks, Steelers, Bucks, Jets, Raiders.
Same thing. 5 losses. Well, one of them's got to have 1 win because one of them's going to win that game unless they tie.
That's true. There's going to be a 1-4 in that division.
Yeah, 1-4, 0-5.
Damn.
They'll have a chance. They'll have a crack at the Chargers. They could beat the Chargers. I could see it happen.
Yeah.
I don't think Chargers beat them by 17.
Wow.
I think the Chargers win. I think it's a closer matchup because it's a divisional game, you know?
Okay.
But I love how the lighting has just gotten progressively darker in here.
Hey, we're about to lose Patrick, yeah.
I'm about to fade into the night, folks.
Just switch to your second camera.
Nah, dude. We keeps it real around here.
Background laugh.
Keeps it real. Anyway, yeah, man. I think the one thing I was going to say about Devontae, I think he's going to become a huge value in this year's draft because
where does he go?
I think he's going to fall. I think he's going to fall to potentially the 3rd round. You know, and if he's in the 3rd round, man, I'll take me some Devontae as my 2nd or 3rd wide receiver.
3rd round. You think so?
I've seen it happen.
Okay.
I saw it happen today.
Where's he going?
I had a draft today where I opened up with Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Malik Neighbors, and Derrick Henry. That was beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, but we're in July. People are just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
I was drafting with some morons. That's what happened.
To answer your question, he's going wide receiver 9, Cody, or 15 overall, which puts him about the 3rd pick of the 2nd round.
To me, that's too high. I would not take him there. There's too much risk associated with the quarterback to me.
I can't argue it, but I think name value alone puts him inside of pick 24.
I don't think their offensive line is good. I do think Gardner is an improvement over what they had last year, though.
I have a question. Where's Mike Evans going?
Later than that.
Well, yeah, I know it's later
not
than
by
that.
much.
I just
Wide
want to know.
receiver 19, 35 overall. End of the 3rd.
I want me some Mike Evans.
Okay.
Want me some Mike Evans this year.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Loved what he did with Baker last year. I think they're going to run that back. I'm also high on Chris Godwin. I like the Bucs wide receivers this year. And they got my man down there, McAvillan. They got the McAvillan down there in Tampa.
Who?
No, McMillan, the 3rd wide receiver off of Washington last year.
Oh,
I was running kicks back. When I was burning y'all with on the kick returns in Madden, the McAvillan, the one himself.
Don't remember that at all.
Oh, yeah, you do. You recall. I'll pull the videos to show you. Anyway.
You ain't got videos.
Oh, we got videos, dog. Anyway. what was I gonna say? I don't think I had anything else. I mean, that's about
That's
it.
pretty
Don't
good.
draft Alexander
did it.
Madison. I'm gonna make
Don't
fun
do
of you,
that.
Madison. So I will. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna point and laugh, and I'm gonna tell everybody else to do the same thing.
Nobody's drafted Madison, right?
No.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
When somebody does,
Who's
I'm having a good time.
gonna do it? It's gonna be Austin.
Somebody
It's
will.
gonna be Patrick again. He's gonna be forced into doing it 2 years in a row.
I
His
just wait on running
overall-
back until like the 10th round.
His overall ADP is 201.
Yeah, dude. Do not draft Alexander Madison. He's not gonna play. He's a bum.
Divided by
He's
12
washed.
rounds. That's the 17th round.
He's a glorified backup that would come in with fresh legs and go nuts, not because he had talent, because he was on a good team. And Dalvin
Correct.
Cook did all the heavy lifting. Like,
Correct.
never deserved the chance of starting running back.
Yep.
Complete garbage.
Wow.
All
Anyway.
right. So who are we covering next week?
Can we do something more fun? Can we go AFC North? Like AFC North would be fun, or the South, either one. All of the
Let's
other
go.
ones are more fun to me, to be honest, in the AFC.
Let's do either the North or the South. I don't care. Either one's fine with me. Let's do North. You said it first. Let's do that one.
Let's do North.
Okay.
It's a great division. A lot of talent in that division.
It's a fun division.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that about does it. You guys got anything else you want to cover? I think we hit it pretty good. We even talked about where we think guys are going to go, their ADPs. It's good
Mhm.
You
stuff.
want to touch real quick for those who might be listening about potential draft date? Did we decide on just the last preseason Sunday?
Yeah. So if you forget the date or anything like that, just look up the NFL preseason schedule. It's going to be on that Sunday where the last game's taking place.
You flying in?
Darn right, dude. Who
All right,
else you
well,
think's going to do that crazy?
But
crazy
what
stuff
day
on the
did
draft?
is that?
I don't know, man. You
Is
gotta
it is it the 25th?
something like that?
It was, I think last year was the 26th, so that seems like it would pan out.
Uh-huh.
It's in the group
That's that
thread.
Sunday.
The last preseason game is August 25th at 5 p.m.
Yes, it is.
Also, folks, if you're listening, $150 this year. No kickers. Okay. Let's get it over to Sleeper for next year. Fuck Cody. Okay. Now let's
Fuck
keep
Cody.
moving.
What's that about?
It's always fuck Cody, man.
This man's trying to tell you how to vote, people. Do you see that?
Yeah, it's called running a campaign. Start early, start often.
He's being paid
Fuck
by
Cody.
Soros.
My God.
Damn right, dude. I got outside money. Okay, super PACs. The whole thing going on. Anyway, I think that's what I wanted to say about that. I'm good if you guys are good.
Mm.
Yep.
Wrap this baby
Yeah.
up. All right.
Okay, that's good.
Love
Okay.
you all. Hope you all listen. It was fun.
If you don't, you'll suck because we're better than you.
Or
So.
you'll be Jacoby and fall backwards into a championship. So who knows? But anyway. So
I'm gonna have Dave
No
make a
credit
guest
given.
appearance to pick one of my rounds.
I guess
Thanks.
Sure
Thanks for
enough.
doing thanks for doing that to us.
I guess the secret all
Last
along
place will
was-
make you do some shit.
the secret
Is
all
it-
along
Did
was
you really
the-
get last?
In the ladder, yeah, I did. I'm wearing the
My
poop suit.
God. I for some
One
reason
percent.
thought you avoided it, but no, you got last.
I got dead
Wow.
last. I think I started the year 5-1, and then that happened.
Remember how good of a draft we thought he had? You burned bright.
Oh, even by week
Yeah.
8, you guys were scared to play against my team, but they just never did anything.
Mm-mm.
They burned bright.
Told myself first or last 2 years in a row, and I accomplished both.
Hey man,
Wow.
it's about consistency.
That's how you defend the title, bro.
Is it about consistency, Mr. Consistently fourth place, Patrick?
You got
We've been in there.
last.
We've been in the prize money 3 years running, baby. So we
That
ain't
means you
won
got
home
your
for-
money back. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't
Hey,
win. You can't
He
call it a
doesn't
prize
count.
pool.
He doesn't count
We
championships because he doesn't have
won
any. Don't mind him.
100 bucks.
He has no idea what it feels like to win.
Go ask Todd about
He
my
has no
championships.
idea what it
We're
feels like to
running
be
a
a champion.
three-peat in Dynasty. We're getting
Nobody
that
cares
trophy
about
this
your
year.
dynasty league here, Patrick.
I'm
How many
gonna-
times
I'm
do we have to
gonna-
say that to you?
I'm gonna pay
If your
more
dynasty
money.
league has you as a 3-time champion, all that does is speak to the competition level.
Yeah,
of
can
your...
I get in? Can we let
Yeah,
the winner
because
of
we
this
would
league into
stomp
that
the
league
fuck
next
out of
year?
with
You
that.
can get in
suck.
and you can lose, sir, because we built a juggernaut over there. A juggernaut, sir.
Patrick accrued 11 people he could trade rape on a regular basis and
Juggernaut.
formed a dynasty league
You
out
know
of
what
it.
it's called? You know what it's called? You sell the
Trade
future
rape.
now.
It's called trade rape.
No, it's called you sell Nick Chubb for CMC. Okay, right before Nick Chubb loses his entire lower body. That's what
I
happens.
need to relive that.
Did that. Done that. Gave to
Okay.
Todd.
And we'll talk
Thanks,
about
Todd.
Chubb next week too. It's gonna be perfect.
And that was
Nice.
Todd. So you guys talking shit about who I traded with. You're talking shit about Todd.
I've
the
seen
record.
what I've seen how
Not,
Todd
for the
finishes
record,
in
not
our
talking
league.
shit on Todd at all. Talking,
I've seen it.
talking
I'll
shit
do
on
it.
your
I'll
trades.
talk shit on Todd right now.
Kind of said I
Where's-
was
Where's
trade raping
Todd?
people.
Where's Todd at in the winner's circle of this league? Fucking nowhere.
Did he get it? He made the playoffs.
That's 2 years in a row where Todd had a pretty good team that just
Todd just has bad luck, man. You know, on his
Todd
dynasty
has
team
had
last
some
year,
very bad luck.
You know what they
Dynasty
call
team
consistent
last year?
bad luck?
lack of preparation. I don't know. I mean,
Mm.
you know, you make your own.
No,
luck.
Cody, what do they call it?
I don't know.
Say it.
I figured
Say
you
it.
guys would
You
bury
got
him
nothing.
for me there.
It's,
You know what I'm
Lob
excited
one up.
about?
Absolutely
I thought
nothing.
you'd fill it in for me.
Absolutely nothing. That was the moment of the podcast right there. Anyway, I mean, good times. I don't know if we're going to keep all that in, folks, but we ended it once. We're ending it again. We'll probably keep it in because it was fun.
It was a good
But
time. It was a
thanks
good
for
time.
listening, guys.
And you'd eliminate all of our shit talking. I'd hate that.
What? Yeah, no, we should keep it. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
all
we
that.
keep it. Yeah, keep
And
it.
now we cut it.
Yeah, now we cut it. Yeah, we cut it.
Yeah.
And now we cut it. That's
Yeah, we cut it.
that's yeah. No wait.
And now we cut it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, on
And
3 or on
Yeah.
stop?
No. But now we
Yeah.
cut it. Okay.
No,
Okay.
now
There
we
it is.
cut it. Right
Now we cut it.
yeah, now we cut it.
And cut.
And cut. All right.
All right. Now we'll
So,
cut
all
it.
right, anyway, I think it's pointed out.